Hi. This is Zora's number, right? I have something important to discuss.
Who is this?
This is Evelyn, a coworker of Steve. Sorry for contacting you out of the blue. I really need to talk to you.
Oh, so you're from his office. It's nice to know someone he works with. Did something happen to him? Since you're reaching out to me suddenly.
Can you please stop acting like you're already his wife? It's really awkward.
What? Aren't you contacting me because something happened to him at work?
He's fine. You're so ready to get married to him, I bet. But, too bad. I'm the one who's going to marry him.
Okay. I just want to clarify, are you from his workplace?
Yes, I'm one of his assistants. I've been under him for the past 6 years. He's so down to earth, and he's wonderful both as a coworker and as a man. At first, we had a platonic relationship, but we've been seeing each other since last year.
Oh my God.
I contacted you today because I have a request. Please, break up with him right away and never appear in front of us again.
All right, I understand. Did you think I would say something like that? Do you even understand what you're asking? You got involved with someone else's man and are asking me to break up. It's ridiculous. Can you please stop making these weird jokes?
I would never joke about such things. We're in love. He loves me the most. The second best needs to leave him now.
Listen, we're getting married this weekend. You should know that since you're his assistant, right?
Of course. I'm going to take your wedding and fiancé. He's also well aware of this. So, can you accept reality now? You're dumped by him.
What the heck are you talking about?
He told me that it was time to end our relationship. He pronounced that we go back to being coworkers once he marries you. But I found out about my pregnancy just yesterday.
You're pregnant? Don't tell me the father is...
Yes, it's him. So I told him, expecting him to mention a termination. But he said something unexpected. I made up my mind, marry me and have the child. He really said it.
No way.
He told me he loved me the most and will build the warmest family in the world. So you see, Zora, can you please let him go? For the sake of the child that's about to be born, it needs the father. You're okay with becoming single from now on, right? You can easily find a new man. Please, give him to me, especially considering there's a new life growing inside me.
Wait a minute. I don't appreciate you bringing up something like this out of nowhere. He was really cheating, and with a coworker. He got you pregnant.
He's mine now. We're going to be a family.
Look, you might be satisfied with taking him away, but I'm left in a mess. Our wedding is this weekend, and now this? We can't have it in this situation for sure. I don't even know if I have enough time to cancel everything.
Oh, you're worried about the venue, right? Don't worry, he already informed them about the change in the bride.
What the?
He called them first in the morning. He told them that the bride had changed.
What? You're kidding.
He'll take care of explaining the situation to the guests and everything. So you don't need to worry. You don't have to do anything. Just let me have him and the venue. He's such a kind-hearted guy. He's still thinking about you even after dumping you. I will be happy with such an amazing guy and our child.
Oh God. This is unbelievable. Our wedding's in just 2 days, you know.
I'm terribly sorry. But please understand and accept this as fate. I'll make sure to give him a happy life.
Hey, Zora, I heard from Steve. What's this change in the bride about? I still can't grasp the situation, you know. I suddenly got a call from someone who said she was the new bride. Apparently, he was having an affair with a coworker.
What? He was having an affair?
That's right. I haven't had a chance to speak with him. But according to the woman, she's with a child.
A child?
So that means he's already starting a family with her, right? Or is it her child from a previous relationship? No, he's gotten her pregnant. She found out just recently.
Pregnant? Oh my God. Well done, my boy. He's as brilliant and amazing as his mother. I'm so proud of him.
Excuse me? Well done. This isn't something to be praised, you know.
Zora, I'm really sorry about him.
I do feel sorry for you.
But considering the baby on the way, he has an obligation to be a father. Can you please let him go?
Huh? Hold on. Do you mean to say you're accepting his infidelity?
Oh, if a cute grandchild is on the way, there's nothing else to be done. Aw, I wonder if it's a boy or a girl. I'm so looking forward to it.
Hello? I found out about the affair right before the wedding. Your son betrayed his fiancé, you know. What's wrong with you? Praising him and celebrating the pregnancy as if infidelity is okay?
Of course, it's unacceptable. I will speak to him about that. But cheating and the arrival of a child are separate issues, you know. To be honest, I wanted to see my grandchild sooner rather than later.
What?
You said you wanted to work more and weren't planning to start a family for a while, right?
Well, I did say something like that.
You know, I was actually disappointed about that. It's been my dream to go out with my adorable grandchild. So it was sad to realize that my dream won't come true anytime soon. But even though it might be considered insensitive at a time like this, I'm actually really happy about it. And my son is going to be a father. No matter what the situation, I have to support him as a mother. Moreover, as someone with child-rearing experience, a mother has to stand tall, no matter what happens. Being all flustered over something like infidelity is just no use.
Geez. Are you really okay with that? Aren't you ashamed that your son's bride is a relationship wrecker?
I think it's perfectly fine. When I got in touch with Steve, he showed me a photo. She was a lovely girl.
What?
If a girl like that is going to be his wife, I wholeheartedly welcome her. She's cuter than you. I'm sure their baby's going to be super cute too.
You gotta be kidding me.
I can't stop smiling. I feel so lucky, you know. Steve regularly gives me the gift certificate for spa treatments. He's such a devoted son and even covered the renovation costs for my home the other day. Now I'm going to have a lovely daughter-in-law and a grandchild all at once.
Seriously? Hold on. Spa treatments and renovation costs? What are you talking about? I haven't heard anything about that from him.
Oh, yeah? You didn't know, huh? The amounts are quite significant. So I thought you two had discussed it together.
I have never heard about any of it.
Oops, then maybe he discussed it with the new bride.
Well, I'm fine with it either way. If they are being dutiful and taking care of their parents, I'm happy with that. New bride? Isn't it a bit too quick to accept all of this? Zara, I feel bad for all the things you've been through. But the wedding is approaching. We need to be flexible. So I'm thankful for everything you've done for Steve until now. Now, go ahead and find yourself a new partner.
Hey, girl. It was absolutely fantastic today. My wedding was a huge success, and everyone had a blast.
That's good to hear. I'm glad that there were people who celebrated my stolen wedding. I can't believe they don't even question a sudden change in the bride.
Hey!
Don't be sour grapes.
It's ruining my good mood. I know you might be jealous, but can you please stop?
Then can you please stop contacting me? Does it make sense to you to come and bother me after telling me to never appear in front of you again?
Today is a special day. Since you're in a miserable state, I came to share some of my happiness with you.
Jeez. Who's miserable? I don't know who you're talking about.
It must be the worst day of your life as your fiancé and wedding were taken away from you. But I'm feeling over the moon and I came to share my happiness with you. First, I'll send you some fun pictures and videos from today.
No, thank you. Please don't send me anything.
Oh, come on. You must be itching to know what happened. You wanted our wedding to be a disaster, right? Well, too bad. We were congratulated by our relatives and friends, and it was a really joyous day. I'm sorry that you're miserable, though.
Can you not assume my feelings and get all excited like that? Of course, I had no ill wish for your wedding. It's more like I don't care.
Oh, please. I bet you did wish a bit. Anyway, I made the arrangements in advance so that everyone would congratulate me. If I mentioned I was pregnant, they had no choice but to celebrate, right?
You really have some nerve, huh?
By the way, Steve told me I was the most beautiful bride in the world. Technically, it should have been you. I'm really sorry for being happy while you're not.
You seem to be in such high spirits. After doing what you did, do you really think you'll be happy from now on?
Of course we will! Everyone congratulated us, and it was the best day ever. I'll build a loving, happy family with him from now on.
Even though it's the beginning of a hellish ride.
What?
You're probably feeling on top of the world right now. But brace yourself. I'll make sure you fall to the lowest point in no time.
Hold on. Don't say such a scary thing out of nowhere. What do you mean by hellish ride? Don't frighten me.
Well, I have to go now. Best of luck with him so that you can spend the rest of your life happily ever after.
Hey, this is definitely your doing, isn't it? Steve suddenly transferred to a branch office in the countryside. Such a demotion. It has to be your doing.
Oh, really?
And I lost my job, you know. They made it look like I retired on my own will. But they suddenly pressured me into it. Isn't it practically the same as being fired?
Oh my. How unfortunate for the newlywed to start off like this. Well, starting a new life in the countryside in a relaxed environment might not be so bad, you know. That way, the child can grow up freely, right?
Stop being optimistic. I absolutely hate the idea of living in the countryside with no entertainment. All of this is your fault. You were saying some crazy stuff about a hellish ride.
True, but I don't have the power to demand your demotion or dismissal. It was entirely your company's judgment.
Unbelievable that all of this happened just because of wrecking your engagement. What the heck did you say to our bosses? What gives you the right to do something like this?
I didn't say anything, and I have no right to intervene. However, the subcontracting company received a stern message from the head of its best client. So the company has to issue some form of punishment for this matter, you know.
What are you talking about? The head of the best client?
Yeah, but let me make it clear. It wasn't me. I'm just his daughter. I have no connection with your company whatsoever.
Oh my God.
You were all happy to be congratulated on your marriage. But don't forget that there are people who are enraged about it behind the scenes. After all, a marriage by conquest involves that kind of thing.
Wait, hold on. Are you serious? What the? You're the daughter of the head of the best client? Are you telling me that you're the daughter of an important figure?
I am, indeed. Obviously, Steve knew about this whole thing.
What? Seriously? So you're saying he knew about...
I got a message from him first thing in the morning. He was ready to accept the punishment, and he was relieved it didn't end worse. He wanted me to thank my dad for being lenient.
Oh my God.
He told you, right? He made up his mind. Let's get married. He had already prepared himself for this.
No way. I had no idea. Why didn't he tell me?
Maybe he thought that the woman he was going to throw away wouldn't have any relevance to you. Betrayal is unforgivable, but I can appreciate his integrity.
Wait a sec. What do you mean? So, his resolution was about that? Not about leaving you and marrying me?
It was about being mentally prepared for what would happen. Taking responsibility for his actions and not running away is a good quality, even though cheating is despicable. So I wish you happiness.
Happiness? But he's shipped off to the countryside. And I lost my job. How are we supposed to be happy? I hate the thought of living poor in the middle of nowhere. What am I going to do?
I don't know and don't care. So long. What's going on, Zara? What's this invoice for the wedding expenses? Oh, that. Well, my parents had temporarily covered for his share, so I'm sending it to recoup that cost. I initially planned to ask him to pay it back in installments after the wedding. But since the money was used for something else, I had to send the invoice immediately.
Huh?
When I checked with him, he said he was about to head to his new assignment immediately, so he asked to send it to your house for the time being. Hold on. What do you mean your parents covered his share? It sounds like he had no savings. That's correct. So he had to go to them and ask for their help. No. The plan was to split the wedding costs evenly, but he kept sending money to you and didn't have any left. So he had to get a loan. No way! That sounds like a lie. Steve's supposed to... Getting spa treatments regularly? Paying for the renovation of your house so he's a devoted son? He just seems like a show-off. It was just to please you. He's an idiot who spent all his savings just to make a good impression. Is that so? So this invoice, could it be that I... Of course, he will be responsible for paying it. I sent it to him. Why are you snooping around and reading the mail in the first place? That's so intrusive. It's addressed to him from you. Of course I would be curious. Whatever, it's none of my business. Please be sure to keep that invoice. Once he's settled down, please forward it to him. I don't need you to tell me that. But Zora, just to confirm, you only sent it here because you had no other option, right? He's the one who should pay for it. It has nothing to do with me, correct? Well, for now it doesn't concern you. But if he asks you for a loan, then you'll become a related party, I suppose. Oh, what are you saying? It seems like he'll face a pay cut for some time at his new job. With no savings and no one else to rely on except you, I wouldn't be surprised if he asks you for help. Now that the facade of the devoted son's gone, I'm sure he'll rely on you without hesitation. Then you'll have to help him out, since you've been pampered by him all along. Oh, no. Of course, there's no obligation for me to split the cost of that wedding, so I've billed him the full amount. It was written here, right? The total is $30,000. You're kidding, right? 30,000 is such a huge sum. Oh, just to make sure, there was another invoice in there, right? Please keep it together as well. Another one? Oh no, there wasn't. I'm billing him for $20,000 as compensation for the infidelity and breaking off the engagement 2 days before the wedding. I hope you haven't thrown that away. $20,000? Oh yes, there's another paper. Phew, that's great. So it's a total bill of $50,000 then. I don't think he has the ability to pay it, so maybe you can lend a hand? Lend a hand? I have nothing to offer. But it's for the sake of your devoted son, you know. His debt was just to show you how good he was. So please, I'm counting on you.
I'm giving him back to you, so please, spare us the $50,000.
Oh, you've already heard, huh? I don't intend to spare you guys. Please make the payment. Please stick to the due date and pay promptly.
That's impossible. We don't have that much savings. Besides, we need the money for the baby.
But you see, this and your baby are unrelated. If you don't have money, how about humbling yourself and asking your parents for help?
What? What did you just say to me?
Huh? I said, if you don't have money, how about humbling yourself and asking your parents for help? Oops, I wasn't thinking. They found out about the affair and cut ties with you immediately. Among the people I've heard of recently, they were the only decent ones.
It's all your fault. I lost my job because of you. Steve's transferred far away and my parents have disowned me. Everything's in chaos because of you.
I'm happy to know that you're smoothly descending into hell. Have you learned your lesson from pursuing an affair? Well, it's too late to regret now.
I'm done with all this. I'm returning Steve to you, so please forgive me.
What about the child? Are you planning to raise it on your own?
I'll figure something out. Like you, I'm young and cute. I'll find a new husband in no time. Mind your own business.
Oh, by any chance, are you planning to run back to your ex-boyfriend, the one you were two-timing with? I heard he's a top lawyer.
How did you find out about that?
I looked him up to make sure you sunk into hell. I met him in person to discuss everything.
No.
When I told him what happened, he said you suddenly broke up with him, but it was for the best. He seemed really happy. He even mentioned that the head of the law firm is introducing his daughter to him. He's ready to move on now. He said he's cutting ties with a two-timing relationship wrecker like you and starting a happy life with a sensible woman.
Wait! This can't be true. My second choice. He was my backup plan in case.
What do you mean by your second choice when you're already with a child?
You can easily deceive someone about having a child, right? This is just unbelievable. Now I have no one to rely on. It's your fault. Why did you do this to me?
I told you. Be prepared for the hellish ride. Well then, good luck with your happy married life. As expected, Steve approached his mother Naomi for a $50,000 loan. However, she couldn't afford to pay and refused. He pressured her about all the things he had paid for. Eventually, she had to let go of the house she had just renovated in order to cooperate with the payment. He then took a solo transfer to a regional branch office while Evelyn's living in a cheap apartment with Naomi. After giving birth, she was blamed for the zero savings that was used to pay me and was immediately sent to work. On top of that, she's responsible for housework, so I've heard she's physically and mentally exhausted. On the other hand, I've had a new encounter with a nice guy, and we're currently in a relationship with marriage in mind.